the Quid Pro Bro Show. One half of the bros. Y'all already know me, but you don't know this very handsome gentleman sitting across from me. I'd like to take this opportunity because, see, a lot of y'all say that people are your bros, that done got head from your girl, that did you dirty, that you met one time at a party. It's not like this. This is my actual blood brother. Like we come from the same dick. Like, no, wait, I gotta pause that? Do I gotta pause that?
In this climate.
You know what I'm saying? If I gotta pause that, pause.
Or Diddy around. No Diddy. You in
whoa, please. This is not that episode. Don't sidetrack me, nigga. Oh my God. So in 92, we was in the same testicle. He was like, yo, bro, I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna come back for you. And in 95, that's when I was born. So I'm very fortunate to know this individual. He's there's not too many people I enjoy talking to on this planet as much as I enjoy talking to him. So I would just like to introduce the man himself, Thomas Zoker Jr., Zoke the Mark, whatever you would like to be addressed as.
Z-O-K-E. Big fucking martyr. You understand? I cease to exist. You hear me?
So now that you guys know him, I would like to now get into our topic of the day. I gave you a little bit of homework before we shot this. I asked of you because if you don't know, if you can't see, this episode's about Doja Cat. I got my Doja Cat shirt ready, and because I, having listened to Scarlet 2 Claude now probably more times than a human should listen to an album, I couldn't help but think to myself what you thought about it, what you think about it. So I asked you to listen to the album. Actually, I asked you to listen to her whole discography, which I knew you wasn't gonna fucking do. But you know, the least you could do was listen to.
And the reason he didn't ask is because we looking at it like he's obviously a Doja diehard. I can say that I'm an outsider when it comes to.
But you, I want to cut you off though. I want to cut you off. You want to know what's the crazy part about it? I wasn't even a die-hard Doja fan as recent as like a couple of like years ago. She motherfucking grew on me fast. Fast.
See,
bro.
I'm someone that liked Doja from afar, and Brian was in the trenches with Doja. Like,
no, for sure. I mean,
like you said, it got to that point. She kind of earned that way into. Would you say that's like a evolution with her? Is it because her sound changed, or was it something about her?
This most recent album really put me in a chokehold, to be honest with you, because like I used to scroll on Twitter and they used to, because she went like a little bit quote unquote viral, I guess you could say, when Rules came out as on Hot Pink, her 2 albums ago, because she's rapping real fast. So I remember I used to see that tweet like, yo, y'all gotta stop sleeping on Doja. I would scroll past that shit all the time, you know what I mean? I didn't give a fuck. But then like sometimes like or at least like I've been the one to realize like, oh, I'm the one who's not allowing for myself to like this, or I haven't been paying attention. And with her, I just really wasn't paying too much attention. So then I subjected myself to the music, and I liked Hot Pink. I liked Planet Her. Scarlet 2 Claude, the most recent shit, this is when I was like, oh, okay, this is my bitch. Like, no, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Doja, I hope, I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I mean that in all the best ways possible. Like, I hope you know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, I say all that to say.
And I say that she know because you got to be down to know. And I'm going to go first real quick. All right.
Please.
All right. This album, it was important to help shape me as an outsider, my perception of her, or at least my current perception of her, right? And I feel as though she took it back. I could feel the grassroots of her reaching for her, right? Now, the way I see her, before I even get into that, right? Before I even get into the album, right? The way I see Doja before this was, she the type to show up to red carpet and all red spray paint. Like, she's
an icon. She's a fashion girl.
That's fashion. At the same time,
they not fucking with her on the fashion shit, yo.
She bold. Like, there's no way.
They really not. I'm sorry to cut you off, but like, the Met Gala, she got a lot of flack for her what she wore at the Met Gala. And let me just be clear.
Oh, go ahead.
She's earned, like the same way with Kanye, when you say that Kanye can feed you crumbs and you'll be satisfied. Doja has earned that fashion wise. In a short amount of time, her tenure, she has given so many iconic fashion looks and moments that even if you wasn't feeling the Met Gala look, like just circle back to a month ago, 2 months ago, you'll find very recently that she has done something that the girls just aren't doing.
But you see, hip hop and rap, like this last album that she made, it's not a hip hop album, it's a rap album, right? It's a rap album. And the further, and rap is always going to be at the ground level. It's going to be, it's going to be that rich. It's in the soil. So the closer you get to that, the further you get from Hollywood, the further you get from wearing spray paint. Listen, bitch had red spray paint, bro. Like, she's not no normal John, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's cool. But I had to listen to this album in 2 different ways.
Okay, before you get into that, I got my Doja shirt on, so watch what the fuck you say. Okay.
Listen, I like Doja, but she rapping now. So
no, I'm gonna correct you. She's been rapping since her first EP.
No, I've heard, but there's been a different level of commitment. You'd understand. There's been a different level of commitment.
Yes and no.
Like
yes
the beats on this was really like, I could feel the West Coast part of it, right? But it was really like 90s ish, like type of style. Now, I don't know what she was trying to do, but I could tell you what I took from it, from the project, right? So first, like I said, I listened to this album 2 different ways. I listened to it from a lyrical standpoint because, baby, you're rapping now. Then guess what? You got to be ready for whatever shrapnel come if you want to rap, right? So I listened to it from a rap standpoint, and I had a hard time staying engaged from a lyrical standpoint. So there were times where I didn't know what she was talking about. You know what I mean? I don't know if this nigga that she talking about, did she love him? Did she hate him? Is she mad at him or whatever? Like, I'm like, let me start it over. Do she love him? Does she hate? It never landed. But from a performance standpoint, oh my God, is she confident? She rapping, because, as an artist myself, like, when you're rapping, you can't just say it. You gotta clearly feel this way about whatever the fuck you're rapping about. If not, like, that shit not gonna be what you want it to be. So she rapped like, it's like Young M.A., right? Where she'll say something with just the most conviction in the fucking world, right? She could say the most, one of her filler lines, I be shitting on him and you. But it's so authoritative, it's so sharp that it's hypnotic. And I feel like she has Doja. I feel like Doja has her flow down better than before. I feel like she has her delivery down better than before. It was what she was talking about that it never stuck to me. Now she has an uphill battle with me anyway because we don't relate. Right?
I'm so glad. See, and honestly, this is why you, like, I just, there's synergy that be going on with me and you that doesn't even need to be spoken about, because prior to this, us shooting this, like, I was thinking to myself how much I wanted to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to interject because this man knows, he has musical acumen. He knows how to listen to music. But I was inquisitive if and when you wouldn't be able to fully relate because you don't get dick in your kidneys. You know what I mean? Like that. When you hear that, like, it's not gonna, you know what I mean? It's not.
I mean, maybe there are, when you listen to a female at any point, with me, then yeah, there's gonna be some barriers there. But as a human being, like, you could still, as a rapper, you're a poet, you're painting a picture for me to see it. So, and I felt like that wasn't there for me, but I felt like the album is serving so much that I didn't need to, because her delivery, the way that she rapping, the way that she's on beat or whatever the case may be, it still kept me. I'm like, I don't know what she's saying, but it sounds like this bitch rapping her ass off on here. You know what I mean?
She is.
But like, at the same time, like I said, that brings me to the other part, because I started listening to this album 2 ways. I listened to it from a lyrical standpoint, and I was having a hard time staying engaged because I heard the previews, because I was just like we talked, I said, damn, her and Lil Yachty are specific two people that have really embraced the pure rap component of this culture, and they're really implementing it more so than what they're making in the past. So I kind of, through no fault of her own, came into this album basically wanting to hear Illmatic at this point, right? I'm like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So once it wasn't that, I had to reevaluate how I'm like, all right, it's still Doja Cat. So when I listened to it as a Doja Cat project and I made the lyrics secondary, I thought this is one of the most incredible projects I've heard like all year long, right? In the last maybe couple years, right? And then I'm like, yo, she's playing a couple. I ain't ever heard her other stuff in depth, but I'm like, yo, she playing her biracial card kind of hard on this one. You know what I mean? Like all the way, like she's saying, I don't know how often she said nigga in her songs before.
She did.
You know how often?
Often. She has a song called "Niggas Ain't Shit."
Okay, cool. Well, you know, I didn't even know she was attracted to black men. You know what I mean? So,
well, that's
maybe she's just
according to the
nigga.
internet. That's not necessarily. I mean, she's out. So
she's just referencing niggas.
Nah,
like,
she's out. So like, she's South African. Like, she got Zulu, you know, in her lineage. You know what I mean, with her father. So like, that's the thing. Sometimes when people hear South African, that's not black to them. You know what I mean? Which is kind of crazy. Like, I could. Like, if you're being ignorant, like, you know, that's one thing. But, like, at the end of the day, like, you know, that's the continent of Africa. You know what I mean? Like, you can't negate that from...
I mean, I guess because the country is literally 70% white, South Africa. But, to your point, like, it's Africa, right? At the end of the day. But if there were a country that was going to get that, she got the right one, right? But, I mean... really leaning into, first of all, like I said, it's a rap album, right? It's not a pop album, it's a rap album, not a hip-hop album, a rap album, right? She's talking about, I guess, I sound like a dysfunctional relationships. I hate to put that towards black people, but it's something that we deal with. Even the album cover is it her hair?
That's the deluxe. The original is a spider.
All right, I seen both. But she put the hair there. I wonder what she was going with that. Is that to like her grassroots? Is that
no, it's because of the all the talk surrounding when she had cut her hair off, and then people, you know, got online really excoriating her as if it's not her own body or her own head.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like, she. I think I would like to actually let you. Please.
Yeah, because the direction of it. Even at the end of the bonus song, she has
you mean? Yeah.
They had some African like, I'm like, this sounds like some Lion King shit. I'm like, yo, she really leaning into, you know, not to make black people happy, but that side of her is showed a lot in this I feel like in this album. But it was never, the best part is she never compromised herself as an artist. I felt like where it's unrecognizable. It's very much a Doja Cat project. It's very much useful in multiple settings.
I challenged that because I also did my homework. I went on the bus to Baltimore, so I listened to her whole discography from Purr up until Scarlet to Claude, and this sounds like none of her other projects. Like, she has had the unfortunate reality of like breaking from the pop of it all, but
like, I was not saying it sound anything. It doesn't. Like I said, like, this is very much a rap album. It's very much, if it was like rap grunge kind of, right?
Yeah.
So sonically, it's different. But I was saying she doesn't sound unrecognizable as a person, like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's where, okay, so I do want to still, you know, stand on my point, because like in some capacity, I think this is like, she sounds, I don't want to say the angriest that she's ever been, but like she is responding directly to some of the most, you know, difficult allegations or just things surrounding her that she's had to contend with in her career. So I think that there's a veracity that she brings forth in the music that didn't exist previously in the other projects. Like, it's more like airy and like happier sonically at various points. Like, this one was very, like, she was focused on this project, and I think that's a direct correlation to how she, you know, was really at the behest of just so much criticism, whether it be because of her hair or who she dated or alleged or chat rooms that she was or wasn't in, whatever it may be. Like, and I think that she really came out on top with this album. Like she is an artist to me, and the epitome of what an artist represents, taking the current moment that you're experiencing and putting it in the music in a way that is fruitful.
Well, is it like when Drake goes from being Jamaican to being Indian, right?
Hey yo,
Like that's what I mean. Like he set the bar on changing artists, right? That sounds derogatory, but look, hey, Kanye West has changed his sound, right? Where you could say that he's unrecognizable, right? And as opposed to a Kendrick Lamar who who does a song with Taylor Swift, and he's Kendrick Lamar, right? There's different ways to skin a cat, right? People will say you're surrendering artistic integrity. If you're, which can be a knock, then we can have an argument on: is there such thing as artistic integrity? Should that be a thing? Is it a bad thing that Drake can make music in different within different cultures and be a world hopper, right? And be someone that could teleport between realms? Is it a bad thing? I don't know. That's a different convo for a different day. But I feel like with her, she's more so in the Kendrick direction on this album than the Drake direction, where she's unrecognizable. Like I'm with you on what you're saying, you know what I mean? And plus, like I said, a lot of her lines didn't stick to me anyway, right? So you would be able to educate me on some of that, because I literally I did not get through it trying to listen to it from a lyrical standpoint. I was driving from Florida when I first put it on.
Okay.
Right? Driving from Pensacola to Philly. And nigga, I almost crashed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was falling asleep, you know what I mean? And I was replaying songs. So it didn't stick for me. But again, I listen to a lot of rap. You know what I mean? So I do like her. I do like her rap style. I do like her delivery. I do like that she's pretty witty, but there are some things I need to explain. Like my diamonds look like piss. It's really braggadocious. Like, is she talking about gold? Like, I literally, like, you would probably have to tell me. You know what I mean? Because the fly shit, because it sounds like that's supposed to be some fly shit. I don't know if she even actually talking about diamonds. Is it a metaphor? Everything went over my head. Like, you know what I mean? And I just could not, I forced myself to try to be engaged, and it wasn't there for me. But I'm pretty sure it's pretty braggadocious. I'm pretty sure she was trying to do something with that. Like, can you tell me, as far as that piss record, like, what was she trying to say? Or was it literally she's talking about gold?
I think that she's very meticulous. I think that song is, the latter of the first five, because the first five are the new the deluxe, and then it goes into the original. But I think that it's just like what she does so, I think, effortlessly is as you said, the wittiness, while it's also being, I think, adept at the sport that is rap. You know what I mean? And I think that that's kind of the nexus of that with Piss. Like, it's just kind of like, it's such a juxtaposition. She's talking about this, very, this thing that we all, I mean, would love to have a little bit more of, you know what I'm saying? But like equating it to like Piss, it's just so like, she has a sense of humor that I think comes through in her music, and it's not
definitely
like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's nobody's making her do that. Like, that's just who she is, and that's, I think, what I love about her so much. And I brought a little handy dandy list because I also did more homework.
Okay.
I figured that because, to me, the female sector of rap has been the more interesting bit of it.
Well, before you say a name off that list, this is one last thing I want to say about what I took from the album. I thought that the sound that I'm getting from her on this project really opened the door for potential collabs that I'm excited to hear. I would love to hear her and Sexy Red on the song. I really would. Because, first of all, those are the type she could show up anywhere but ass naked. It can happen. It can happen, right? You just gotta be ready for that, right? And she said somewhere in the song, like, I thank God that he not the jealous type. You know what I mean? Yeah, like she can show up somewhere butt ass naked. So this is definitely more rebellious activity. And she's displayed a consistent commitment to hip hop in recent years on beats that don't have to be sped up. Call that girl from St. Louis, that blood ass girl from St. Louis, and y'all have a kick ass song together. You know, there's other artists too that come to mind, but Sexy Red was immediately. I'm like, oh, I gotta hear Sexy Red on this. She should have had her on this motherfucker. I should have been crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This list that I have in my hand, nigga, I feel like Tyra Banks, fucking America's Next Top Model.
Mm-hmm.
I have 20 models in front of me. Only one of you can be America's Next Top. You know, to me, and I think objectively, the female sector of rap has been carrying rap for the last couple of years. On the male front, Drake is Thanos. He was about to get the last Infinity Stone, and you got Kendrick like,
Mm-hmm.
and
the savior.
Yeah, and then you got, you know, Future's Black Panther, all them other niggas is all the other Avengers. Like, that's going on over the year, while the girls is just running amok with hip hop. And with that, I really, because Doja is, as far as I'm concerned, an artist. Like, you know, first, like, which again, I know that we're talking about rap in this segment, but you know, she is adept at all things, rap being one of those things. And I took it upon myself to listen to every rap album by a female in 2023 and 2024, or at least I believe that I hit every one. If I didn't get your small little favorite artist that I forgot about, I'm so sorry. But I just wanted to make sure before I got up here talking shit, saying that Doja had the best rap album across the board, that I did my homework. I don't know about the male front, but as far as females that have put out a full-length project last year,
in the last calendar year, basically.
Yeah, I want to do like kind of in the NBA, it's like 23, 24. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of the same, because Scarlet, the original, came out in September of last year, and the deluxe came out this year, a month or so ago. So like for me, it was like, okay, I think between these two, and obviously 2024 isn't done, but on this list of female rappers, I got through 23 albums in two halves. The two halves, I just couldn't do it. I'm so sorry to the fans of these artists. I'm not gonna name them, but I just couldn't do the two halves. You probably wouldn't know them anyway. But there's very familiar artists on this list, and none of these albums are better than Scarlet. And big artists dropped last year, like the biggest of the biggest.
I'm intrigued.
There's only one album on here that I would personally say that I think potentially or probably was better than Scarlet. Do you want to know what that album is? You don't have to ask me.
I'm intrigued by the list. You gotta let the people know you know what I mean?
Rhapsody. Rhapsody's album that just came out. I mean, but if Doja went to sleep and her album wasn't better than Rhapsody's, I think that she would be very okay with that. A lot of people don't even know who Rhapsody is. I knew who Rhapsody was. I never got through a full Rhapsody album, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But this one, I was like, oh, okay, it just came out, so I listened to it. I was like, oh. But like, there are other artists on this list that, like, you know, if I say the album was better, you know, Scarlet 2, Claude, people are gonna be like, what? Well, because they're fans of that artist. But it's just like, y'all not fans of some of these artists more than me. Like, let's be clear.
Let me hear.
Bro, I just told you I have an artist with a list with 23 artists on here, and other than Rhapsody, none of those albums is better than Scarlet 2, Claude. I want to. You name artists. You tell me. I'm not gonna call nobody out.
I don't know which one of them dropped, baby. Look,
you can't name the biggest artist out, female artist. You can't name one of them, two of them. You just said Sexy Red. Sexy Red dropped the project, wasn't better than Scarlet 2, Claude.
Huh?
No, it wasn't.
Sexy Red album wasn't better than that.
It was not better. Was not.
Listen, Sexy Red album, I forget the name of it, but Sexy Red. That bitch right now. You know what I mean?
I didn't say she's not that bitch. I
said bitch right now. I'm saying, like, who fucking with her? You know what I'm saying? So I will put her album with this.
No,
I didn't grind the film to see who's better. But
Sexy Red's album is
is
great.
shit.
Sexy Red is good. Is
I'm
great
speaking
for
as
what
a ratchet ass nigga right now in Philadelphia. Like, dog, that Sexy
Red is great for what she does.
No. Hell no. We ain't about to do that.
Okay.
We're not about to compartmentalize her and make her like.
You're gonna say the range on that album is the same range on Scarlet too?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but that's what I'm talking about. I'm impressed by musicality. On the same album, if you're able to do multiple things, that's more impressive to me than doing one thing great.
That's the LeBron James
12
argument.
times.
That's the LeBron. You know what? In football, Jerry Rice runs 600,000 fucking routes. He can beat you in the middle. He can beat you. He can go deep. Man, Randy Moss said, bitch, I'm going deep. Put that shit up, right? Who's to say what style is more than the other? That's like a long conversation. But Sexy Red is so dominant in her lane at what she do that it very much might have just as much value as all the range that Doja Cat has, in my opinion.
We don't have to pin the. I mean, I brought out the list. I hate that I'm pinning women against women right now because that's already done enough. Right, you know what I mean?
It's before you continue with that, we must never forget that is hip hop. It's gonna be you versus you and that versus
100%. But like there also is like a real world problem of pinning women against each other in a way that men don't get pit against one another. Like
men get put against each other in hip hop. When it comes to hip hop, it's time, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with that. That's why
what 50 Cent always say, like, this is we are in a competitive culture.
Yeah.
It can be an extension of crabs in a barrel and all that, if you want to get, woke. But fuck all that.
Please don't use that word. You just made me have heartburn again.
Yeah. When it comes to hip hop, you damn right I'm gonna put some of you motherfuckers against each other. That's what it is, right? So when it comes to, I just said they should do a record together. These same two, right? So Sexy has out-rapped and out-produced her own like image, right? Because look at the things that they said about what's the girl? Ice Spice, right? She's just XYZ. Just either a plot of her plant, out of her talentless, this and the third. But she's based on star power, as we know. That's like her strongest thing, her visual appeal, right? She's based off star power. She does have very much a New York City swag, a Bronx girl swag, and this and the third. But it's hard to come out of what people pigeonhole you into. So she deserves credit for that because her album was amazing. I hope that wasn't 12 months ago. The Ice Spice album was the shit, right? But Sexy Red has essentially done the same thing to me where, because you asked me, like, you was like, hey, look, for a girl that's come out as fast as she's come, does that inspire you to, consistently make music to see what happens? I'm like, nigga, what? Sexy Red is scarier than a motherfucker. She's terrifying, right? Because she has a following. She has plenty of people that can relate to her and, relate to her lifestyle and her imagery, or pageantry, if you will, right? And she feeds them. She makes them feel the way they want to get fed, way they want to feel. And it's very intense. I don't know if Doja Cat make any particular group feel the same way that Sexy Red make that one ass group.
Oh, I beg to differ. She sure make my ass motherfucking. And I know there's a bevy. You got. See, you've been playing my bitch too much. You've been playing. I'll let you go on a tirade. Shout out to Sexy Red, but like let's be very clear.
Sexy.
Let's be very clear about who we here to acknowledge. Acknowledge me. That's the first song off of the Scarlet to Claude.
I got you.
But I could not. This is, but what's so I think beautiful about just my my adoration for Doja Cat is very organic. You know what I mean? I did not plan to end up just being so enamored with the music and just her as an
and it
individual.
Can get like that. It can get like that too. Sometimes you support what somebody does away from music, and you might convince yourself. Not you, but just anybody that might just pressure themselves. Okay, if the song is like a C+, and I already like who this person is or what they do or like what they stand on, I'll convince myself it's a B or some shit like that. But it seems like you was minding your damn business whatever the hell Doja Cat's doing, whatever the hell she was doing, and she reeled you in.
Yep.
And she's reeling me in with this project. But then again, I'm definitely more so of a hip hop rap head. I branch out into a couple other things, but not pop or not, you know. But she dabbled in R&B a little bit. Like,
yeah, she could motherfucking sing,
she
bro.
Could, like, yeah, I mean, singing, you can sing on pop records, but she rhythm and blues out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So quietly, she's not too far from the elements of black music. You know what I'm saying?
She's half black.
That don't mean a damn thing, you know.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So she's showing that she got some soul power, you know, under all the, you know, the shenanigans, right? That it's there, and I can say that I'm biased towards that quote unquote soul power, but it's interesting, especially when it's in what seems like an unlikely place with her, that she very much has it. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, like Doja's the shit. We can focus on Doja. I'm not offended by that list, by the way. I'm not offended if you feel like she has arguably the best album in the last calendar year. I'm not offended at all. Like, I kind of already said that, but I do feel like Sexy's project has an argument. I do feel like Ice Spice project has an argument.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know.
And I don't feel that way about some other people, you know. Like, you just rattle a name off there.
I'm gonna shake the table, Nicki.
You see,
Scarlet 2 Claude is better than Pink Friday 2. I want somebody, because see, here we go. We only got so much time, so I'm gonna try to make this quick. I'm gonna wrap this up. But like, when it comes to, you know, talking music, like, I wish super bass fan would try to talk to me about Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, like, call me Dracula because all I do is count chips. Your money, mini. I ain't talking about that mouse trick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go back and forth with, you know, a barb that might feel like because I said Scarlet 2 Claude was better than Pink Friday 2, that, like, you know, I have some bias, you know, towards Doja Cat, when in all actuality, time-wise, I've been a longer Nicki fan, you know, than I've, you know, been privy to what Doja's been doing. So like, but I mean, the average viewer may not know that, but I shouldn't even have to, like, everybody knows my, you know, adeptness as it pertains.
Remember
to
the other day when I called you and I was trying to figure out that one Nicki Minaj beat? And I was like, I was like, hey, bro. I was like, all I said was, I'm a bad Barbie things.
He was like, what song? What's that Nicki song? He's like, I'm a bad bitch. Fuck the bitch. I was like, nigga, Barbie things.
I didn't even get the lyric out. Like, he just
and he was like, are you sure? I was like, nigga, do you know who you're talking to right now? Like, bro, like, regardless of how I feel about Nicki today, as we speak about her, that's a different conversation for a different day. Like, and I'll love her in some capacity always. I'll put that on the record, you know. But all in all, I think that people will not say to themselves that Doja Cat is of the top rappers in the game, even though she has one of the best rap albums out, in my opinion. Like, I haven't gone on the male front and really exhausted.
Yeah, you might, when you say best rap album, right? You're gonna have to either make it clear that it's of the ladies or just whoever considers themselves a rapper.
Of the females, she's got that down pat. Now I just got to do the math.
But I am comfortable entertaining that one of the best rap projects, period, or at least it's definitely one of the better ones.
Unequivocal.
Yeah. But how high is it? We'd have to do some digging. There's some great rap albums out there. For sure. You know, the Killer Mike fans are probably say,
I know they're banging on the door right now.
Oh, yeah, you know, and nothing against Killer Mike album for sure. You know, he has his place, but I think we should save that for another day. Like, who we got to do a wrap up, or who has the best album of the calendar year, really.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this year musically, just in general, I mean, all the tours and everything happening, it's an exciting time. It's feeling like 2016 in some capacity. You remember 2016 was a crazy year for music. And yeah, I'm excited to see what the rest of the year has in store. The It's crazy, man. We're about to be in June, man. We're in the latter half of the year. That's
Yeah,
bonkers.
yeah. I just
But
took a nap and the year flew by. You know what
I
I
know,
mean?
bro, but that's a blessing, I suppose, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a Quid Pro Bro show. One half of the bros. My other half, my brother in real life, Thomas Zoker Jr., Zoke the Martyr,
Big
known to
martyr.
many.
Big martyr.
Thank you all for your love and support and continuous just giving a fuck about what I gotta do. Like, share, subscribe. Shout out to Philly Podcast Space. Yeah. I just love finishing it like that. I don't know why I always love just making some weird ass fucking noise. Yeah,
Okay.
that's good on that one.